Good morning. My name is Barry Smitherman, and I am a Texas Railroad Commissioner. The Railroad Commission was created in 1891 by an amendment to the Texas Constitution and is the oldest regulatory agency in Texas and one of the oldest in America. Though we no longer regulate railroads, the Texas Railroad Commission does regulate all aspects of oil and natural gas drilling, intrastate pipelines, coal mining, and surface reclamation, as well as natural gas utility rates and pipeline safety. We have a staff of approximately 800 located in 10 offices throughout Texas. There are 3 railroad commissioners, and we are elected statewide to staggered 6-year terms. We choose among us who will be the chairman, and I recently passed that gavel to my good friend, Commissioner Christy Craddock. I apologize for not being with you all today in Israel. However, I recently suffered a severe shoulder injury and am unable to travel internationally. I do wish to commend Israel on your newfound hydrocarbon discoveries. As one of the largest producers of oil and natural gas, Texas is pleased to see additional countries, especially those that have heretofore been energy importers, to begin the path toward energy security. A country with its own energy resources is in much greater control of its economy and its domestic and international security, and is better able to provide for its most vulnerable citizens. Through advanced drilling techniques, especially the use of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing, regions of the world which historically have been import dependent are now discovering and recovering their own hydrocarbons. Horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing technologies are literally changing the global energy landscape. You are experiencing that yourself off the coast of Israel with the Leviathan field in the eastern Mediterranean Sea. Your citizens and the companies which operate in Israel will be much better off for it. Here in America, shale gas discoveries are re-industrializing parts of our country, like the Midwest, that have experienced significant economic downturn. For example, steel mills that were shuttered in Pennsylvania and Ohio are roaring back to life, driven by cheap natural gas prices and the need by drilling operators for tubular steel casing. Similarly, downstream manufacturers of fertilizer, plastics, and pharmaceuticals, as well as generators of electricity, are experiencing an industrial renaissance because of their access to cheap domestic natural gas. Closer to home, here in Texas, our economy is roaring because of the oil and gas revolution. Over 400,000 Texans work in the oil and gas industry, and the average job pays in excess of 100,000 US dollars. Billions of dollars are flowing into state and local government coffers as a result of taxes levied on the production of both oil and natural gas. And equally important, companies like Dow Chemical and ExxonMobil are spending billions adding new petrochemical refining plants along the Texas Gulf Coast to take advantage of low natural gas prices. In fact, we have so much newfound natural gas that several companies are building facilities to export natural gas. 6 or 7 years ago, these facilities were designed for import of natural gas. Today, Freeport LNG, Cheniere, Golden Pass, and several others are spending billions to retrofit and expand their plants to export gas onto the world market. America, led by Texas, will soon become a member of the global LNG trade. It seems logical that Israel, too, could soon become a member of the global natural gas exporting community. Now, please allow me to show you a few slides highlighting the incredible increase in oil and natural gas production that has occurred here in Texas as a result of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing techniques. As you can see, since 2005, Texas has seen a dramatic increase in the production of oil. Today, our estimated production is 2.4 million barrels per day. Candidly, this number is probably a little out of date by now. The most prolific producing region in Texas and in America is the Permian Basin. Production on the Texas side of the Permian is now approximately 1.1 million barrels per day and climbing. The Permian Basin is a very unique shale play as it has many layers of potential production. And operators are just beginning to understand the ultimate recovery potential in this basin. The Eagle Ford Shale in South Texas is the new kid on the block when it comes to hydrocarbon production. In 2008, production in the Eagle Ford Shale was only 352 barrels per day. Today, production is over 900,000 barrels per day and rising. This unique formation has large quantities of recoverable oil, wet gas, and dry gas, all within close proximity. However, to be clear, none of these hydrocarbons would be recovered at high volumes without the use of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing techniques. When it comes to natural gas production, Texas again leads the way in America. For some time, we have been producing around 22 billion cubic feet of gas per day. That's about 30% of all the gas production in America. Gas production really took off in Texas when George Mitchell began to experiment with the combination of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing in the Barnett Shale region of North Texas, in and around the city of Fort Worth, just west of Dallas. At the time of Mr. Mitchell's experimentation, gas prices in Texas had reached about $13 per MMBTU. By comparison, that's about the price of imported gas today in Asia and Western Europe. Because he and others that followed him were so successful in finding natural gas using these advanced drilling techniques, the price of natural gas fell precipitously to less than $2. Today, the price of natural gas is a little over $4 per MMBTU, higher, but still dramatically cheaper than imported LNG. The Barnett Shale continues to lead Texas natural gas production with about 5 billion cubic feet per day. The Eagle Ford natural gas production follows with about 4.3 BCF per day, and the Permian Basin also has lots of natural gas, about 3.7 billion cubic feet per day, most of which is associated or casing head gas brought to the surface as a part of the process of finding oil. Lastly, the Haynesville Shale, which borders Louisiana and northeast Texas, is a large shale gas play with about 1 BCF of daily production. There remains tremendous opportunity for both the Barnett and the Haynesville to produce much more natural gas, as each is believed to have trillions of cubic feet of natural gas remaining to be recovered. With huge finds off the coast of Israel, your country is poised to realize the dramatic positive effects of having your own large domestic supply of natural gas. Bountiful, inexpensive natural gas is a key component of a thriving economy with low energy prices for consumers and robust downstream industries that utilize natural gas as a feedstock. Let me show you one last chart. Because of bountiful and inexpensive natural gas brought to us by horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing, Texans enjoy some of the lowest residential and small business electricity and natural gas rates in America. In Texas, we use a lot of natural gas to make electricity, about 40% on average during the year, but much more in the peak summertime. The remainder comes from coal, about 40%, 10% nuclear, and 10% renewable. As well, most homes in Texas are heated using natural gas, and many appliances like water heaters, ovens, and cooktops use natural gas. Of the 3 largest cities in America, those in Texas, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, have the lowest combined electricity and natural gas rates of the top 10. Our abundant natural gas supplies are truly giving us a distinct competitive advantage. And this type of competitive advantage is available to the citizens and companies operating in Israel. You all stand on the verge of an energy renaissance, brought to you by accessible, reliable supplies of hydrocarbons. As we have done here in Texas over the past 100 years, Israel must control the recovery of its natural resources, especially those in the Leviathan field, so as to create the opportunity for you to become a major energy player in the Middle East and globally. Thank you, God bless you, and have a great conference.